Drug maker Amgen moving forward with an injectable weight loss drug that takes a different approach from popular drugs like Wegovy and Mounjaro. Joining us right now for more on the innovation in this space, former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb. He's a CNBC contributor, serves on the boards of Illumina and Pfizer. Explain it like I'm five. How does this really work?
Wait, what specifically?
This new drug.
Amgen.
Well, this drug is a monoclonal antibody, so it's different than Mounjaro or Wegovy in that it's an antibody bound to two different peptides. And so those drugs are straight peptides, and they activate both GLP-1 as well as, in the case of Mounjaro, GIP-1.
Right.
What this drug does is it activates GLP, but it inhibits GIP. So it's an antibody bound to two peptides. And the advantage of that is that because it's an antibody drug, it's going to circulate longer in the blood.
Okay.
And what they've shown in the clinical study so far, phase 1 study, and now they're in a phase 2 study, is that this can be dosed probably every month, maybe longer than that, because it's an antibody bound to those two peptides.
You're just not having to take it every week.
Right. So you might have to take it once a month or once every 2 months. What's interesting, though, is that Mounjaro, which looks to be very effective, probably a best-in-class drug right now, activates both GIP and GLP-1.
Right.
This drug activates GLP, but inhibits GIP. So there's some curiosity about what that mechanism is and why they're seeing profound weight loss.
And they're seeing, which do you think is more effective, or you're not sure?
Well, that's the open question. Based on the phase 1 data, this drug did look effective, highly effective, based on what Amgen has disclosed. There's a very large phase 2 study underway, about 600 patients. They're going to read out top-line data later this year, so we'll get a look at just how efficacious it is. Most people are expecting it to be on par with Mounjaro or Wegovy and perhaps better.
We were talking to the CEO of Eli Lilly last week about the opportunity set for them in terms of putting this into a pill. And he seemed to suggest that we were about 2 years away. But if I remember correctly, he also suggested that it was only going to work on one of the, either GLP-1 or GLP-2. I don't remember.
Well, that's right. So the pills right now work on GLP-1. Probably the one that's furthest ahead is orforglipron by Lilly. They're going to have data in 2025, maybe an approval in 2026 if all goes well. That's really the holy grail because
is that going to be as effective then?
It's an open question. I think the assumption is probably not because you're only acting on one mechanism. And if you look at some of the follow-on drugs that both Novo and Lilly have in production, so Novo is working on a drug called CagriSema. Lilly's working on a drug called retatrutide, both injectable, both work on multiple mechanisms. So in the case of the drug by Novo, it works on GLP-1 and another mechanism called DACA. In the case of Lilly's drug retatrutide, it's a triple agonist. So it's GLP, GIP, and glucagon.
Right.
So glucagon peptide. So presumably, if you have an oral drug only acting on one mechanism, it's probably not going to be as effective. But then you have the convenience of everyday dosing with an oral drug. Plus, you're not manufacturing constrained anymore. You're not supply constrained.
You can do it. There will be a pill. You want a microdose pill, is what, and that probably would be good.
Just so I don't, binge on all the pizza.
But is that coming? How long before
I just want something that's going to prevent me from having no discipline when I
don't want to.
Let me ask you a question.
When I go to the refrigerator at like 10 o'clock at night and then start having like bowls of Raisin Bran, with whole milk for no reason.
So let me ask the question. Would you prefer a weekly injection, or let's say even a monthly injection, or a daily pill?
Me personally, I think a daily pill. But I also feel
I'd also prefer not to look like Boo Radley when he comes out from behind. Did you see To Kill a Mockingbird? That's what people that take these things look like to me. I see him now, and it's like, oh my God, you look like a ghost.
That people stop exercising as much as they should, and they don't eat enough protein. And that's why their muscles, even in the face, that's when people talk about Ozempic face. Part of it is you almost have to force feed yourself protein.
It looks like, wow, you're losing weight. Are you dying?
That's the concern, is that you're not going to keep up with a healthy diet once you go on these drugs because you're reducing your caloric intake. And that's a particular concern around the use of these drugs in adolescents and teens as well. There's not a lot of prescriptions written for teens right now, but the concern is they're not going to be as vigilant. But here's the question.
If you're going down from a 2,000 calorie diet a day to what some people are saying is going in half to 1,200 calories a day, that means that most of your 1,200 calories literally would have to come from protein so that you're...
But they don't. They come from carbs, so you lose all your muscle.
Bingo.
Well, it means you're going to have to focus on having a well-balanced diet. And that's why I think this is going to be an opportunity for a lot of food companies. If you go into GNC right now, they have a whole shelf of supplements just for people who aren't GLP-1s. I think you're going to go into food stores in the future.
What are those proteins? I mean, what are those supplements?
Things like protein supplements. I think you're going to go into food stores in the future, and there's going to be foods that cater to this market. We might see, right now, estimates are that 5% of the population will be in these drugs by 2030. It could be much higher than that. You can get closer to 10% perhaps by the mid-2030s.
I know a guy. I know a guy who's on this medication. This is not a friend. I mean, it's not me as whatever. Who went to Vegas, decided to go off of it actually for the weekend because when you're on it, he stopped a week earlier because when you're on it, you don't want to eat, and thought, oh my goodness, he wanted to have fun, and he says that you don't really want to like eat everything in sight. What do you think of that? Are there people that are doing this sort of like off on?
Any other psychological side effects?
I haven't heard that, but that's not a sound medical strategy. You know,
I'm not suggesting it is. I'm just telling you that's what I heard.
We haven't seen psychological effects that might be associated with people not having as much pleasure from food and other vices that they might have been accustomed to before they got on these drugs. I think that was a theoretical concern, but we haven't seen that in the data. So people seem comfortable when they go on these medications.
No. By the way, the same friend said that he doesn't beat himself up when he eats. No, I'm not on this stuff. I'm being honest. I'm not. But I'd be very happy if I ever am. I'll tell you. I'd be very open about it.
You don't need it.
But I'd just say he says he doesn't beat himself up about eating too much either because you don't eat too much. So you're not. All of those emotional feelings. I mean, look.
Right. When you talk to people who are on it, they enjoy their meal. They just feel full. They feel satisfied earlier. So they're still enjoying their food. They just don't need as much to feel enjoyment.
Come on, that's pretty good.
I don't know whether that's true, but if that's the thing that I don't like the idea of is like, I gotta eat, and it tastes like sand. You know, I don't. Well, I like to eat. I like.
I don't think. No, it doesn't make it taste like sand.
Changes.
No, I know, but if you have no interest in food, it's like
you have interest. Interest just ends earlier.
You're saying,
but you are right that people are going to have to be more have to be more vigilant about what they eat because they do need to get the protein that they need on a daily basis.
Dr. Scott Gottlieb, want to thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And see, I have a friend who has a personal struggle with whether to do something like this. And I talked to him.
Yeah, you know that friend?
Yeah, I have a friend that... No.
By the way, everybody struggles with food in some ways. You know, we all do. It's like...
Sorkin,
I know you're looking at me. I think about food.
You got a hollow leg.
I think about food, meaning I think if I've eaten too much food, too little... Okay. Anyway, it is just after 7 a.m.
It's insulting when you act like you have to worry about it. It's insulting.
I apologize. Okay. I'm just saying. You should think that you shouldn't think it's insulting.
Look at him.
Everybody
worried about being fat. See, it's insulting. Then you're looking at me. That should be all I'm thinking about. Then I shouldn't even.
I did not say that.
Okay.